I welcome all of you once again to my class. My name is Jewel and I am going to take the continuation of the chapter 1, Who is Happy, of ICSE syllabus, Cordova Publications. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you like to hear my further classes from this textbook. Now I am going to take the exercise part of the first lesson, Who is Happy. Let's go to the exercise part. The exercise part is tick the correct answer each. Human beings tell the story of the dash to their children. A. Clever crow. B. Dirty bird. C. Lazy lion. Answer is human beings tell the story of clever crow to their children. Number 2. Whom does Piku see first? A. Sona. B. Krish. C. Mittu. Piku sees Sona first. Number 3. Mittu is not happy because A. She is not beautiful. B. The peacock is more beautiful. C. She lives in a cage. Mittu is not happy because the peacock is more beautiful. Number 4. Piku visits Krish in the dash. A. Forest. B. Tree. C. Zoo. Answer is zoo. Piku visits Krish in the zoo. Krish feels that dash is more important than beauty. A. Colors. B. Sweet voice. C. Freedom. Krish feels that freedom is more important than beauty. Next part is true or false. Write T for true and F for false statements. Number 1. Piku becomes sad when he compares himself with Sona, the beautiful swan. True. Number 2. Sona is happy with how she looks. False. Number 3. Krish is happy to be in the cage. False. Number 4. We remain happy all the time when we are content with what we have. True. Now we are going to the answer the following section. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 answer the following questions. We'll just discuss the answers. Is Piku happy with himself at the beginning of the story? Yes, Piku is happy with himself at the beginning of the story when he just admires himself for all that what God has given him. Number 2. What makes the swan beautiful? The white feathers makes the swan beautiful. Number 3. Is Mittu happy with the beautiful colors? Give one reason for your answer. Mittu is not happy with the beautiful colors because she is jealous of the peacock's beauty, which makes her forget her own. Number 4. Why is the majestic peacock sad? The majestic peacock is sad because he is in cage and cannot enjoy freedom. Number 5. Do you also feel that freedom is important? Give reasons for your answer. Yes, freedom is very important for anybody to live the way one wants to. Freedom can lead to one's growth, confidence and positive thinking in life. Then, what does Piku realize at the end of the story? At the end of the story, Piku realizes his mistake, that drawing unnecessary comparisons makes us sad and being content with whatever God has given us makes us happy. Now, let's go to the grammar section. Sentences, subject and predicate. A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. Example, one day the crow sees a beautiful swan. All sentences are divided into two parts, subject and predicate. The subject tells us of the person, place, animal or thing being talked about. The predicate tells us something about the subject. So what is subject? The subject tells means about the person, place, animal or thing being talked about. Predicate tells us something about the subject. Now in this sentence, which is the subject, the crow is the subject. Predicate is what sees a beautiful swan. That is the predicate part of the sentence. For example, the peacock looks very majestic. In this, the subject part of the sentence is, here the subject is the peacock. Then, looks very majestic is the predicate part of the sentence. Did you understand? Now we are going to the exercise. Now read these sentences. Then circle the subject and underline the predicate. That means you have to circle the subject and you have to underline the predicate part. First sentence, the crow saw the swan. So subject means the crow. About what is being talked about? It is talked about the crow. So the crow is the subject and saw the swan is the predicate part of the sentence. In the number 2, the peacock was in the zoo. Which is the subject part of the sentence? The peacock. That is the subject part of the sentence. Was in the zoo is the predicate part of the sentence. Number 3, the people were clicking pictures of the peacock. In this sentence, which is the subject part? The people is the subject part. Were clicking pictures of the peacock is the predicate part of the sentence. Number 4, the peacock wants to be free. So which is the subject part? The peacock is the subject part and wants to be free is the predicate part of the sentence. Number 5, the crow realizes that comparison makes us unhappy. So which is the subject part of the sentence? The crow is the subject part of the sentence. Realizes that comparison makes us unhappy is the predicate part of the sentence. Now, number 6, the peacock has many colors on his feathers. So, which is the subject part of the sentence? It is talking about the peacock. And has many colors on its feathers is the predicate part of the sentence. Now, we are going to some subject is given. Read the subject and complete the sentence by adding suitable predicates. Now, the sun. What you can write? The sun, you can put your own predicate. You can tell the sun rises in the east. Or you can say the sun is a hot ball of fire. Then, number 2, about the little kittens. The little kittens were drinking milk. You can say the little kittens were drinking milk. Then, number 3, my mother. What you will write? My mother is a housewife. You can say my mother is a doctor. My mother is a teacher. Then these books. What you will write? These books were kept on the table. Or these books were mine. Number 5. The city park. Then what you will write? The city park was closed yesterday. Then number 6. The crow. The crow you can write. The crow is black in color. Now, again we are going to study the different kinds of sentences. There are different kinds of sentence. One is assertive, interrogative, exclamatory, imperative and negative. Now, what is an assertive sentence? This is a parrot. It tells us something and it ends with a full stop. So, assertive sentence means it tells us something. For example, this is a parrot, this is a fan, this is a book. Understood? It tells us something. Assertive sentence tells us something and it ends with a full stop. Now, next is the interrogative part of the sentence. Interrogative means, what is your name? Interrogative. It has something. So, interrogative sentence asks something. It ends with a question mark. Interrogative sentence will always end with a question mark. It will ask something. What is your name? What is your mother's name? What is your teacher's name? Where do you live? So sentence which ask questions, they are called interrogative sentence and they will end with a question mark. Now, next third one is exclamatory sentence. What is exclamatory sentence? What a beautiful bird it is. So, exclamatory sentence means it expresses a sudden feeling. It ends with an exclamation mark. So, exclamatory sentence means it expresses a sudden feeling. What a beautiful bird it is. Hooray! We have won a match. So, sentence which express sudden feeling is called an exclamatory sentence and it ends with an exclamation mark. Now, next one is imperative sentence. What is imperative sentence? Imperative sentence means it gives a command or makes a request and it ends with a full stop. Imperative sentence means it gives a command or makes a request, commanding. Okay, do not disturb the animals. So imperative means it gives a command or makes a request. Do not disturb the animals. Do not make noise in the class. So all these are giving command or it makes a request. So this type of sentence are called imperative sentence. Next is negative sentence. Negative means it tells us something which cannot be done and it ends with a full stop. Negative sentence means it tells us which cannot be done and it ends with a full stop, which cannot be done. A peacock cannot fly. Understood? I cannot read properly. So, I cannot write well. So, all this negative type of sentence are called, it which start with cannot. All this type of sentences are called negative sentence. Now, next we are going to identify whether the sentences are interrogative or imperative, negative, assertive or exclamatory. Now first one, have you seen my dog? That is asking question. Have you seen my dog? So it is called an interrogative sentence and it ends with a question mark. Then second one, what a surprise. See, when you see this exclamation mark itself, you can understand that it is an exclamatory sentence. Okay, it is called an exclamatory sentence. Then third one, give me a glass of water. It is they simply ask this sentence tells us something. No. What is it? Give me a glass of water. That means what? It is gives us a command or makes a request. Give me a glass of water. So it is an imperative sentence. Number 4. I wish I could fly high. What type of sentence? It ends with an exclamation mark. So you can understand that it is an exclamatory sentence. This is my book. It is an assertive sentence. Then these mangoes are not ripe. It is are not. Negative sentence. These mangoes are not ripe. Negative sentence. Give me the keys. Imperative sentence. The sky is cloudy today. Assertive sentence. Now complete the sentence on your own and put punctuation marks. The little plant will grow into a tree. Then, is it a rainy day? Question mark. What a beautiful, you can say what a beautiful painting. And exclamation mark. Don't pluck flowers. Full stop. Now, write suitable questions for the following statement. You have to write question for this. We went to Manali for the last summer vacation. So how will you make it into a question? Where did you go the last summer vacation? So when you make question, you should always put question mark. Number 2. Yesterday I reached school at 10:30 a.m. So at what time did you reach the school? Number 3. My father works in a bank. So how will you make it into a question? Where does your father work? Then number 4. My shirt is in the cupboard. So how will you make it into a question? Where is your shirt? I have planted this seed. Question is, who has planted this seed? Now, punctuate the given sentences, then identify and write their kinds. You have to punctuate. Punctuate means you have to put either question mark or exclamatory mark or full stop. Understood? So, where is my maths book? That is question. Asking question, so you have to put in question mark. Second, open the door. Full stop. How intelligent he is! Exclamatory mark. Hard work never goes waste. So it is full stop. This is not my book. Full stop. Now next is putting words in the correct categories. That means Pratik is going to Delhi. Now complete the following chart about his journey with the help of the words given below. So answers are given here. Toothbrush, clothes, shawl, rickshaw, shoes, chips, biscuit, car, cake, fruits, train and bus. So means of transport. So, means of transport are car, bus, rickshaw and train. Things are clothes, shawl, shoes, toothbrush. Eatables are biscuits, cake, chips and fruits. Now again we are going to the riddles. You have to guess who I am. I travel to space. Who's the person who travels to space is called an astronaut. Then I catch criminal. A person who catches criminals is called a policeman. Number 3. I look after your garden. Who's the person who look after the garden is called the gardener. I treat sick people. Doctor. So, doctors treat sick people. Now next one. You have to add a before these words and then find the meaning of the new words. That is, you have to write a along with these words are given long, cross, head, loud and jar. You have to write a in front of these words and you have to write the meaning of the word. Along means beside. Across means from one side to another. A head means in front. A loud means loudly. A jar means slightly open. Okay children, I hope you understood what I taught you today. I will be taking further classes again in the coming days. But I want you to all subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. Okay children, bye.